Hello and welcome to Math 8 Star Reference Chart Dump. It's going to be very important to practice what you're going to put on your star chart as soon as you get into the testing facility. Request your paper version of your star chart and begin to dump your information. And this is what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and start at the top and then I'll work my way down the star chart. For slope-intercept form of equation, we've been using our Desmos calculator where we have a table and we are using x1 and y1. We use the equation that's very similar to the y equals mx plus b, but we use y1 tilde mx1 plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. This is non-proportional. If I have a graph where this is x and this is y, the line does not go through the origin. When something varies directly, it does go directly through the origin, and that means that it is proportional. We are used to the m being our slope. In this situation, the k is the slope. It's just a proportional slope. In word problems, we see this as something varies directly, and we use a proportion to set it up and solve it. So a lot of times I like to do y over x to remind myself when I'm setting up my proportion, y will go on top and x will go on bottom. The slope of the line, we see words like per, each, every, and y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is simply our rise over run. If I had my coordinate points, they always give you 2 for that, where your coordinate points are both xy. This is the first coordinate point, so it gets the 1s. This is the second coordinate point, so it gets the 2s. Remember to label your coordinate points. Slope dude, his eyebrows go up and down. Up is positive, down is minus. His long, if you have a vertical line, it's undefined. And if you have a flat slope like his mouth, it is a 0 slope. For the circles, I like to go ahead and draw a circle and remind myself that the radius is only half of the circle. Use this first formula, 2 pi r, where pi is equal to 3.14. The diameter of the circle is all the way across. Moving down to the next section, all of the areas are going to turn into your big B. When I have a triangle, that this is the base and inside is the height. An easy way to put that in the calculator is where you put the base times the height divided by 2, because that's what 1/2 means. A rectangle, I know that this is the base and this is the height. Sometimes we get used to practicing it in class where area is equal to the length times the width. So just remember that that means the base could be the length and the height could be the width. For my circle formula, I know that pi is 3.14 and radius squared means radius times the radius. If they give me the diameter is equal to 2. If they give me the diameter to find the radius, I will have to do the diameter divided by 2. For my surface area, big B, if I have a circle, is going to be pi radius squared. If I have a triangle, it's going to be 1/2 base times height. And if I have a rectangle or square, then my big B is a base times height. In our formulas, P is equal to the perimeter, and it is equal to side plus side plus side plus side, and then close that parentheses times the height. that big B is the area. When we do volume, when we get to prism, the base is going to be equal to a rectangle. And if we are dealing with the cylinder, the base is the area of a circle. That formula, the volume equals the base times height, works well with the prism. With the cylinder, the volume is equal to pi times the radius squared times the height. And for a cone, the circle is the base again. So my volume is going to be equal to 1/3 radius squared times pi times height. Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. When we have a triangle, we're always looking for the right angle. The right angle will point to C, or the hypotenuse. To find a leg is equal to the square root of C squared minus B squared. To find the hypotenuse, I'm going to write height, or the distance or the length, then it is going to be C is equal to the square root of a squared plus b squared. For simple interest, we know I is the interest, P is the principal or initial amount, rate is the percent changed to a decimal, and T is time. If they ask you for the total, then you will go principal times rate times time plus the principal. If you're dealing with compound interest, then they ask you for the interest, then that is equal to the principal times 1 plus the rate raised to the power of time minus the principal. Good luck.